Today, we meet Justin Lee, a local artist, to talk about his work Double Happiness and the Singapore art scene. We also meet Patricia Levezio, the assistant curator at the Singapore Art Museum, as she talks about the collaboration with Justin.
My name is Justin Lee. I graduated in the year of 1999 with LaSalle SIA, Singapore. I was a graphic designer before I turned into fine art artist. So I decided to go back to the art schools and do some studies based on conceptual art as well as techniques and skills. So I think it is important to spend some time to go back to the art schools. Therefore, you have a better understanding about the Singapore art scene and of course the international art scene. Double Happiness was inspired by Chinese paper cutting. The reasons why I use double happiness is a marriage symbol and a signage for the Chinese customs. I love to use back the past culture like Chinese paper cutting, and then I rework on it and put it on my works. And I always use the West and East elements and blend them together. It's like a marriage, and therefore I have this form of new works. I get my inspiration from the environment that I live with. Places like, the food center or shopping mall, and of course things like the place that I live in as well, like the HDB.
My name is Patricia Levezio. I'm working at SAM, just arrived last year. Actually, it was part of my decision to move to Singapore, as I really wanted to be more involved in the Asian new waves and my interest for already some years when I was studying art in France. We first met with Justin last year in June, and the work was installed in January. So it was 6 months preparation for this work to be installed. I have to admit that we have no issue actually to realize this artwork. Maybe the main constraint was regarding the space to occupy here, but then Justin came with this idea of occupying 2 walls here, then to create a kind of interaction between his boys series and girls series that maybe was not done before in some previous installations he has done. So it was interesting for him in his research, and for the museum too, how we can interact with some artworks in the same space. You should give a rate, I should say maximum. No, it was very effective work, and it was very easy to work with Justin. So he came many times to see the space, really was taking care of all the, I should say, constraints and objectives from the museum. So we had a very nice collaboration. It was very easy to work with him.
The national flag is the best to represent Singapore because it reflects not only just the color itself, but also reflect on the local culture. As a Singaporean artist, I'm trying to use local images and icons to rework on my paintings and visuals that to bring the local context onto my artworks. Things like the Samsui woman and the flags are part of the research that I did for the Singapore art scene.
In the way that Singapore is a mix of different cultures, we can say that Justin's works is quite representative of one part of the population. Maybe in Singapore, this more Chinese culture population. So this is, yes, in that way, quite a representative of art in Singapore.
My audience think that my artwork is very fun and humorous. And they like it because they see new things, and of course they also see the local context and the past culture of Singapore.
I should say that Justin's works are quite recognizable. There is a Justin touch that when you see some other artworks, you can straight away recognize the idea of the artist and his way to represent his ideas and to realize his artworks. So in such way, yes, they are quite easily recognizable, and they have a very strong image, I should say.
As a Singaporean artist, I guess there is 2 ways to survive in the art scene. The first way is to continue painting, and then you have a second job like doing administration or you do teaching. As for myself, I work as a painter. I paint a lot, and after that I sell it in the gallery. As an artist, I hope to create more interesting and creative works for the art scene, and I also hope to get more support from the National Art Council and the government as well.